Hello and welcome to today's video where I'm gonna talk a bit about governance, and then I'll talk about the latest news from Ajuna Network. They've just announced something interesting. I'm sure you're gonna be excited about this as well, especially if you've been waiting a while for this announcement. But we'll kick it off first with the governance system. Okay, so governance 2.0 has been launched a while ago, and now there are a ton of referendums being launched. People proposing funding, different things, right? Technical updates, things like that, right? And so what I did is I requested a proposal for with the treasury spend. As you can see, this is the extrinsic call here as a small tipper, which is for up to 8 KSM, okay, from the treasury for doing cryptocurrency videos for the Polkadot ecosystem. Now, I used to get paid by WAG Media, which is like a marketing firm that's dealing with tipping now, for any kind of contributions. But unfortunately, they didn't get any funding yet. They're still waiting, to create the proposal and to submit it. And so that could take like over a month before it's going to be ready. And so in the meantime, I'm trying to get some support from the community so that I can get these tips. Now, my idea was to create this proposal first, right, for the small tipper. For 2 videos that I've done, 2 news videos. You can actually see the details if you simply go to Polka Assembly here. You just click on this and then it takes you straight there, or to Subsquare, which are the websites, and then you can find the description with all the different information there. Now you can also vote, and of course I do need your support. That's why I'm also doing this video, to ask for your support as well. It would help big time. I am going to create another proposal after this one. This was like a test proposal just to see how things go, but of course I would be happy to get these tips, right? Because I have done those videos, and hopefully I can get some funds from the treasury for those videos. That will really help. But I will be doing I've worked on another proposal which is much bigger, and I am requesting that for more videos, not just a number of them, so that I don't have to do these proposals all the time. It is stressful because you have to depend on people voting for you, and not everyone has the time on their hands, not everyone has the KSM available. And so ideally you should just do one proposal with a lot of funding, obviously not too much funding because you don't want to be wasting too much from the treasury, but a relatively fair amount of funding for the contributions that have been done, right? And so this is my proposal here, number 33. As you can see, the I vote has 2,603 KSM and the nay vote has 2,752 KSM, which means I'm currently losing this, and in 6 days and 14 minutes it is going to be decided. So I am trying to get support from each and every one of you. If you hold KSM, all you have to do, if you're staking, or if it's transferable, if it's available basically in your wallet and it's not locked in crowd loans, because if it's locked in crowd loans you cannot vote in governance, unfortunately. You simply hit vote here, and by the way, this is in the Polkadot web wallet. Okay, if you go to governance, you go to referenda, you will see this exact page. This is governance 2.0. Again, if you're using Nova wallet, it's much easier. There is a button for voting in governance, and you can find the information. It is number 33, as I've told you here, as you can see on Polkadot.js. But let's assume that you are using Polkadot.js. If you are, you simply hit vote here. You choose the account that you want to vote with. In my example here, I've got test state mine, which is my test account that I'm using for tutorials. You choose the amount of KSM that you want to vote with. Let's say, for example, you had 100 KSM. If you vote with 0.1x voting, you are supporting me with only 10 KSM, because this uses 10% of your balance, of the balance that you're mentioning here in this box. Okay, now this gives you no lockup period. So what does this mean? Well, it means that after the end of this proposal, which is due to end in about 6 days and a couple of minutes, then you will have full access to your KSM, right? To the 100 KSM that you've locked up for governance for this voting. If you use 1x voting balance, what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to use the full balance, right? So 100 KSM to support me. However, it will lock your KSM for an extra 8 days after the proposal ends, and then you will be able to run an extrinsic to claim that back, and I'll show you how you can claim that back as well. Yeah, I mean, I have been getting support from people. Most of them were 0.1x. Most people don't want to get locked up for 8 days. Some people don't mind the 8 days, especially if they're staking, because if you're staking, you need to wait 7 days anyway to unstake. If you've got no plan to unstake anytime soon, you can simply vote with 8 days. It would help support, and I would very much appreciate it. And after all, you can vote in multiple referendums with that same amount. This is the great thing about it, that you can vote if you only have, say, 100 KSM, you can vote in this referendum, and then you can vote in another referendum with 100 KSM, and then it will still only lock them for 8 days. But of course, it will take into consideration the latest proposal, okay? Because the latest proposal has the latest date, and therefore your KSM will be locked for 8 days when the latest proposal ends, okay? So straight after 8 days are over, then you'll get your balance again. So that's how it works. And then the same here, 2x voting balance. This basically means you are now voting with 200 KSM even though you're holding 100, and they get locked up for 16 days. And the maximum that you can do here, which is absolutely insane, I don't recommend anyone doing it, but there are people that will, right? I can't blame them. 6x voting balance for 256 days. So that is a lot. Like, I don't mind doing like up to 3x, to be honest. 32 days seems a pretty fair amount to me, because you never know what if you're going to need that KSM after a month, right? So to me, 1 month is okay. Normally I would say this, like the 1x and the 2x is the most commonly used, because it doesn't take that long, right, to get them back if you ever need them. So what do you do next? Oh, after you do that, you just simply hit vote. And after you hit vote, as you can see here, obviously it tells me you don't have enough funds in this specific account, but then you hit sign and submit. You enter the password to sign your transaction, and that's it, you're done, right? That's how you do it. It's very, very simple. Now I have to show you how you can claim that KSM back, because if you don't know and you want to support me, but you're worried that you don't know how to get that KSM back, I am going to show you how to do that. So you go to accounts. Okay, and then inside accounts, you need to go to the 3 dots next to the send button, and here there will be an option which is specific to unlocking your funds or unfreezing your funds from democracy or from governance. I forget the exact name, but there will be a button which is basically not in this list at the moment. You hit that button, you sign the transaction with your password, and you get full access to your KSM. It's as simple as that, and that's how you do it. Now I want to show you the next interesting part here, and that's in relation to governance. Let's say, for example, you want to make a contribution and you want to get some funding from the treasury, and hope to get that funding, of course, because you do have to rely on those iVotes. Remember, to get it, how do you do it? Well, you first need to create a pre-image. You go to add pre-image, and then here you need to select the type of calls that you want to make, the extrinsic calls. Okay, so let's say, for example, you want to get treasury funds, so you go to treasury, and then you need to choose the next option, which is treasury spend. Okay, so what does this actually mean? Well, it means that you want to spend a certain amount from the treasury, and you want to send that amount that that the treasury is going to pay you if your proposal passes over to a specific address. Okay, so you can use the same address if you want as your one. If you only have one address, I mean, you can use that, or if you have multiple addresses, you can use a different address. You don't have to use the same address that you're sending from. Okay, so you can submit that pre-image with one address, but you can get paid to another address if the proposal passes. Okay, by default it will just show you the same address that you have. Now, as you can see, here you need to enter an amount. So let's say, for example, you wanted to get maybe 5 KSM, because for a small tip proposal, you can claim up to 8 KSM. But let's say you wanted 5 KSM. So you simply hit 5, and then because this is an integer of 128 bits, you need to add 12 decimal places, so 12 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so let's just check that we've got 12 here. So we've got 3, we've got 6, we've got 9, and then we've got 12. Okay, so now we're good to go. Okay, always double check, because if you make a mistake here, it's game over. Okay, you need to basically cancel this pre-image, right? Because if once you use this pre-image and you attach it to a proposal, you have to wait until that proposal is over. Okay, this has happened to me, unfortunately, and that's why I'm telling you from my own experience. Now it tells you the pre-image length here, and it has the pre-image hash here. Now you can copy this if you want, but there's no need. You can just submit the pre-image, sign the transaction, and once you do, your pre-image is gonna show in the pre-images section here. So you need to go to pre-images, and you need to wait for this page to load, and then once it does, you will see your public address. And then with your public address, you simply need to copy the pre-image by clicking on this button here to the left hand side. Of course, it has to be next to yours. Also keep in mind that you do need to spend 1.33 KSM. They will be locked up there. Okay, it doesn't mean you're not going to get them back. You will actually get them back. I just found out today that you can get them back, which is awesome, when the proposal is over, when the referendum is over, I should say. And so yeah, what you do here is you copy this pre-image because you need it. Okay, this is basically to say that this is the amount of KSM you want when you're going to create the proposal. Okay, so you go to referendum, you go to submit proposal. Now you can choose the account. Okay, so we've got our account here. You can choose a track here. So now we need to choose, for example, small tipper. Here it even tells you origin able to spend up to 8 KSM from the treasury. For the big tipper is 33 KSM, small spender is 333 KSM. In fact, it's 3,333 KSM now because it's bumped up, but the small tipper is still 8 KSM. Now here is where you have to enter that pre-image hash. So let's say you used one of the ones that already exist in there, so you paste that in. As you can see, the pre-image length is added by default, okay, automatically. So you don't need to do anything there, which is great. It even tells you the number of blocks when this is going to be over. Okay, you can just leave it as it is. It doesn't matter. The submission deposit is 0.0333. Okay, so that's how much it costs to submit it. You go down, you hit submit proposal, sign the transaction with your password, and boom, you're done. And then your proposal would show up here. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to go to small tipper, of course, where you would see your proposal, and you need to add a deposit amount of the exact same amount as when you first submitted that proposal. So the way it works here is that you always have to add two amounts that are equal here, right? As you can see, I've got Cryptos chain here with 0.033. This is when I submitted the proposal, and then there was a deposit that's matching to my proposal, to my initial submission, which is of the same amount, 0.033 KSM. That's how it works. I'm not sure why. Don't ask me why. I don't know the details behind that, but that's how it works. And then you need to wait 7 days in the case of the small tipper ones. In the case of the big tipper, I think it's 14 days, and in the case of the medium spender, it's also 14 days, and the same with the big spender. Of course, with the big spender, you can request bigger amounts. It also is more difficult to actually have that proposal pass because it depends on the threshold. Okay, this is a more complicated topic that I'm not going to be able to cover here now. Maybe I'm going to bring somebody who's more of an expert in this topic on my channel for an interview, and then maybe he can share his screen and talk about that. I think that would make more sense. You know, if you are interested in something like that, drop me a comment below in the video if you want to learn more about how those kind of proposals actually work, because it does depend on the threshold, right? But yeah, this is pretty much it. I just wanted to quickly give you a walkthrough on how you can do it, and hopefully now you can understand how to submit a basic proposal for some tips. And by the way, if you go to Polka Assembly, here you can see all the details, and this is what I was telling you about. So I can see the details that I've written here. This is the details of the proposal. So I would like to request a tip of 6 KSM for the production of 2 YouTube videos containing parachain news plus 13 KSM as a refund for creating the wrong pre-image in this proposal, losing that KSM, which is this one here, or the referendum where I made a mistake. Now the public address linked to this referendum has also been added in the description of both videos for transparency, so that you can see that it's really me who's requesting it. Again, you can see the 2 links here, and that's pretty much it. And here you could see all the different people voting. As you can see, I've been getting some love, I've been getting some hate as well. That's okay. You know, there will always be people against it as well. Somebody's really against it here. He voted 1000 KSM against me, which is absolutely insane here, and with 1x as well. So it's like, no way, we're not giving this guy anything. We don't want him to take those 7.3 KSM from the treasury because it's really going to hurt the treasury. I mean, imagine, it's okay to have like 50k KSM from the treasury in some cases, but one guy who's been contributing to this ecosystem for so long asks for 7.3 KSM, and we need to vote against him, of course. You know, he cannot take anything, which is fine. Okay, that's fair enough. If you want to be like that, be like that, right? But yeah, I'm just showing you here that this is the kind of situation with governance. It is up to the public to vote, and how they want to vote, so you cannot stop it, right? It is how it is. Cast your vote, right? If you click on cast your vote here, you can also vote this way, okay? But you need to make sure that you're connected with your wallet, your Polkadot.js wallet. I think you can also use Talisman. Yeah, you can, and Sub wallet as well, which is pretty cool. They're all supported, and so that's how you can do that. All right, and yeah, cast your vote basically. And in the cast your vote section here, you choose the account that you want to vote with. Okay, yeah, I'm not connected right now, so I don't see it, but yeah, it looks exactly the same as from Polkadot.js. So you choose the voting balance, except it doesn't tell you the period here. It tells you enactment period, but it doesn't tell you the period and number of days like it does on Polkadot.js. But now we know this is 8 days, this is 16 days, this is 32 days, 64 days, and so on, right? Just doubling. So yeah, you hit I here, you sign the transaction, and that's it. This is another way to vote. And of course, no matter how you do it, if you do it through Polka Assembly or if you do it through Polkadot, the web wallet, it will always show here. So yeah, there we go. We just got 2 more here from Dotcast Nachito. He's actually a content creator as well. I've got a photo with him from the event at Polkadot World in Madrid. A really nice guy from Argentina. He's also very happy because Argentina won the World Cup, as you know. If you've been following the football team, or if you don't follow football at all, you likely know that Argentina won because it's been all over the news. So congratulations to Argentina. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Ajuna here, or Ajuna. I keep saying Ajuna because of the J, but it's Ajuna. Okay, so Ajuna, which is a parachain on Polkadot, and they've also got a canary network on Kusama called Baju, are going to be listing on MEXC on the 19th of December, as you can see here. Now, I think trading is going to happen on the 21st, if I remember correctly. Listing is going to be earlier, but I don't think trading is going to begin till the 21st. So yeah, they're saying here that they're pleased to announce that Baju token will be listed on MEXC. And Baju is the utility token for the Bajun network on Kusama, Ajuna's canary network, and the platform for game developers to introduce and test new features. Having it listed on a major exchange is a crucial step in bringing our platform to light, and MEXC will be a great partner for us as we drive blockchain gaming adoption. And by the way, they will be listing on DEXs too. They're just waiting for that HRMP channel to open with Moonriver, and then they're going to list there too. Now, the first product of Ajuna are the Awesome Ajuna avatars, which are an NFT collective game based on the heroes of Ajuna. Each game launched on Ajuna will have their own season of the Awesome Ajuna avatars. The first season is based around the Mogwai creatures from Battle Mogs. This is the one I'm looking forward to. Ajuna's flagship game, AAA, will be interoperable within the Ajuna ecosystem. In Awesome Ajuna avatars, players can collect and forge a wide variety of avatar items, from horns and armor to weapons and power-ups. As you can see here, the listing on the MEXC exchange will provide increased availability and exposure for the Baju token, allowing more users to explore the Awesome Ajuna avatars as well as other games. In addition, MEXC offers a secure, user-friendly platform for trading digital assets. They're thrilled to have the Baju token listed on MEXC. So yes, that's fine. Now trading will be available on the 19th of December, which is today at 11 a.m. UTC. So that means they already started, which is weird because I could have swore that I seen 21st somewhere, but maybe I was wrong, right? Let's see that. Let's see what it's at, because I am curious now. I am curious what's happening here. They've actually changed the way this exchange looks now. So Baju, let's see, where are you? There's no data. Okay, so it looks like it hasn't actually started yet. So maybe trading didn't actually start. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is it's not gonna be available until you can transfer it to the exchange, you can deposit, but you cannot trade until the 21st. Okay, so that's what you gotta keep in mind here, because that's what I saw on their Twitter page, to be honest. Let me check again just to be sure. I'm pretty sure that's what they said here. Yeah, they did. Yeah, there we go. So Baju USDT will list as a spot trading pair in the innovation zone at 11 on December 21st. Okay, so it's not the 19th. I think that they made a mistake there in that other article. It is going to be on the 21st because that's when MEXC announced that. And if MEXC say that, then, and there we go. Look, it even says it here. So it was just the team that made a mistake in that article. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Are you excited for this game? And also, do you have any KSM to support that proposal? I would very much appreciate it. Please do if you do. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.